Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a review, swatches, and an eye look done with the new Lorac Beauty and the Beast palette. So first off, let's start with the packaging. The packaging is a nice sturdy cardboard, and it's a little bulky, but it gives you that Beauty and the Beast book look. It has a nice magnetic closure. It also comes with a brush that goes inside of the palette. It goes in here, but the brush kept getting stuck to the magnet over here. So it made it hard. I just took it out. It is a nice quality brush though. I'll show you. It has a nice fluffy blender brush. It's a little flat for my liking, but it's still a nice quality brush. And you also have a nice shader brush that would be good for packing on color and stuff. It is also very nice quality. This is one of the better brushes I've ever gotten in an actual palette. When you open it up, it has a cute little bookmark, which actually, as cute as it is, it gets in the way. It comes over in front of the shadows and stuff, so I might have to like tape it down or something. But it comes with a nice, cute little mirror, and down here it says, "Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind." And then up here above the shadows, right here, it has another saying. It says, "True beauty is found from within." You get 4 rows of shadows, and each one I think could probably make a nice decent look. Excuse me. But of course you can mix and match. I'm not a huge fan of the shininess of this palette, as pretty as it is, because even when it's sitting on my vanity, it's hard to kind of see. You can't see the names. It kind of washes out the shadows. But okay, there. Now you can see the shadows. Oops, it's a little dirty. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch row by row. Let's go ahead and get started. The first row we have Dream It, Timekeeper, Our Guest, and Impress. So here's Dream It, Timekeeper, Our Guest. That wasn't a great swatch. And Impress. Oops. I actually have Impress on my eyes right now. I'll show you that when we get to the look. And it applies a lot better than it swatches, I promise. So the next row, we have Beast Mode, Enchanting, Swept Up, and Look Beyond. Starting the next row. Beast Mode, Enchanting. It's that nice gold shade right there. Oh, I keep doing that. Swept Up. It's a nice black with some multicolored shimmer in it. But when you tap your brush off, the shimmer comes off. And Look Beyond. So there are the first 2 rows. Starting with the 3rd row, we have My Castle. That's a beautiful shade. Chip In, which is a nice matte shade. It's similar to my skin tone. It's a little lighter, so you can still see it. It's a little bit peachier. We have Romance. I also have this on my eyes, and it swatches so much better than that. It's a little disappointing for that swatch. And then the last one is Spellbreaker. It is one of the mattes with the shimmers in it. This one has gold shimmers. When you tap your brush off, those come out too. And the final row. We have Inner Beauty, Tea Time. Ooh, that one's super pretty. Wish I would have used that. TikTok. Nice mauve. And Real You. That one's a not very good swatch. There we go, that's better. So here are the last 2 rows. This palette is a nice mix of shimmers and mattes. So to start, I put the Urban Decay Primer Potion on my lids, and now to set that, I'm going to go in with Chip In with a flat, fluffy brush. I'm just going to put that all over the area that I want shadow, that way that it'll blend out a little easier. All the other shadows will blend out a little bit easier with this down. And it'll just set the primer. So now what I'm going to do is go in with a fluffier brush and go in with Look Beyond. I'm going to just, and where I have hooded eyes, it's easier for me to just look into a mirror with my eyes open and put it on the hooded area first. That way, because when your eyes are open, if you put it in your actual crease, you won't be able to see the shadow. So if you put it above where your actual crease is, you'll be able to see it better. So I'm just going to take that into the outer V area as well and just blend it out. I'm going to take that a little bit further into the crease too. To blend out the edges a little more, I'm going to go in with an even fluffier brush. It's a little bigger. I'm just going to blend out the edges just to make everything a little more seamless. And with that same first fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with the shade TikTok. It's that kind of mauve shade. And I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did before, putting it right over top of that color just to deepen the crease and deepen the outer V area just a little bit more, making sure to get it up onto the hood area so that you will be able to see all of the work you're doing. As cute as I think the bookmark in this palette is, it keeps getting in front of all the shadows and I have to keep moving it, which is not a big deal, but it can get a little bit annoying. Just something to know. Taking that Luxie brush. I'll link all the brushes below just in case you're interested. Just blending out those edges again. Making sure everything looks blended. Don't want anything to look chunky for this look. Some looks that's okay for, but today that's not the look I'm going for. So now with a more precise brush, this is the Luxie 231 brush. It's just a little bit smaller than the other blending brushes. I'm going to go into the shade Impress. Yeah, Impress right here. And I'm going to focus that more on the very outer portions of the eye as opposed to bringing it in like the other shades. I want it to be more smoky in the outer corner. So I'm just focusing in the outer corner with this shade just to darken it out to make it more defined on the corner. I'm going to take that big Luxie brush and I am going to just blend, blend, blend. It's good to blend between each step so that way all the colors blend seamlessly and they're not like a big mess afterwards, you know. Taking that same brush, the small one, I'm going to go into the shade Romance and I'm just going to deepen that even further. I'm really, really feeling these colors. I think the color choices of this palette was absolutely great. I do wish that maybe there was a more yellow gold as opposed to this paler gold, just to like represent the Belle's dress just a little bit more, but you know, this gold right here, it works. It's just not, you know, what I imagined. But I think the colors are fitting. There isn't anything in here that I'm like, why is that in here? So, you know, that's good. Taking that big Luxie brush again, just blending it out. I do windshield wipers, I do circles, you know, whatever's gonna get the job done. Now on, it's technically a concealer brush from Luxie, but I use it for shimmer shadows. I'm gonna go in with the shade Timekeeper, the silvery shade. And I am just going to put this all over the inner half that I didn't put any matte shadows on. This is a beautiful shadow. Yeah, I love this. This is pretty. That same fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend over that a little bit, just to make the edges a little more seamless. And then I'm actually going to go back in with that Romance shade. And I'm going to just kind of run over that edge, just so it's not as harsh. Now I'm going to take, what brush am I going to take? I'm going to take the Morphe M124. It's just another flat one, but this is like natural bristle as opposed to synthetic bristle. And I'm going to take the shade Dream It, this light shade, and I'm going to find the center of my eye and put it there to kind of brighten up the shadow look a little tiny bit. I think it's easiest to find the center of the eye with your eye open, because I would think it's here, and when it's open, that's all the way over here. So I use it with my eye open, or do it with my eye open. That way it lines up with my pupils. And so now I'm going to take the small brush again, and I'm taking the tiniest bit of Spellbreaker, because it's a nice dark brown. I'm going to tap off the excess so that glitter comes out, so it's just a nice matte brown. And I'm going to very, very slightly just put that in the very, very outer corner to deepen it. Now I'm going to move on to the lower lash line, and I'm going to take the Luxie pencil brush, and I'm going to go into that Look Beyond shade again, and I'm going to take that on the entire lower lash line. Or at most, I'm going to stop like about where my pupil ends. I don't like to take it all the way in. I think it makes my eyes look more closed than what I would like for them to be naturally. And then I have a brush that I like to use for blending out the lower lash line. It's the Luxie 235, just like a normal size blender. I have so many blender brushes, but I like this one for blending out the lower lash line. It's a little smaller. It just kind of blends out the color nicely. I'm going to take the pencil brush again, and then I'm going to dip back into TikTok and put it about halfway, as opposed to like in. I'm going to just take it halfway. I can't do this without looking on my glyph. You feel me? Blending that out again. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with the flat definer brush, and then I'm going to go into the shade Impress, which was that one up here. And I'm going to put that on the outer half. Equal to the top, you know. Just like right there. Then I'm just feeling like I need to go back in and blend a little bit more on the top. Yeah, I think that looks good. So now I'm going to take an angled brush. Just a nice, this one's thicker, so that's why I like to use it with powder. And I'm going to take this shade Swept Up and tap off the excess so the glitter comes out. And instead of using actual eyeliner, I'm going to use a powder because it makes it look softer. It's not as harsh of a line. So I'm just going to lightly, I don't understand why they make matte shadows with shimmer in them. Because when you tap off the excess, all of the color, all the glitter comes out. So I don't understand what the point is. Just a thought I have a lot of the time. Now for the final touch of shadow, I'm going to go in with this little, it's called a detailer brush. I don't think you can buy it individually, but if you can, I will show I will link it down below. This is the EcoTools Detailer brush, and I'm going to go back into the Dream It shade, which is right here, and I am going to put that on the inner corners just to brighten up the inner corners and kind of give the eyes a little more life and brightness. Now I'm going to get all of that excess glitter off, and I'm going to go into the shade Chip In, that matte shade we used at the very beginning, and I'm going to pop that on the brow bone. I don't really like a shimmery brow bone, so I do like a highlight though, so I like to use mattes underneath just to kind of give the brows a little more definition, you know. But I think shimmery brow bones are they're just not my thing. And so now I'm going to go in and do mascara and tightline, and I'll be right back. So here's the finished eye look with the mascara and the tightline. For the tightline, I use the Tarte Inner Rim Liner. It's just like a nice nude, so it gives your eyes some life. And then for the mascara, for the top lashes, I use the Smashbox Full Exposure. And then with the Smashbox X-Rated on top of it. And for the lower lash line, the lower lashes, I use the Wet n Wild Max Volume. It has a nice small brush, so it gets onto the lower lash line easy. So there's the finished. The only other Lorac palettes I have are the Lorac Mega Pros 2 and 3. And as far as I can tell, all of the shades within the new Beauty and the Beast palette in these Lorac Mega Pro palettes, all of the mattes are the same and all the shimmers are the same. The only differences are that the like shimmery shades and then the pink one down here, they have a little bit more of a chunky glitter feel as opposed to the smooth butteriness of Lorac shadows. Lorac shadows are some of the smoothest and softest shadows I've ever dealt with. That being said, the mattes pick up a lot, they kick up a lot of powder, but that's because of how like soft and creamy they are. The quality of these shadows are outstanding, and I used quite a few of the shadows in this look today, and I am very pleased with how this turned out. This look is beautiful. You get 16 shadows, of course, as we've already saw in the swatches, and in each shadow you get 0.7 grams per shadow, which is a little bit on the small amount side compared to like a single shadow. You get at least a full gram of product in a single pan shadow. So in the collection they have the eyeshadow palette, a face palette, and lip glosses. The lipsticks are sold out. Those are the only things sold out at the timing of this video. I will link the palette down below and you should be able to find everything else. $48. I think it is a great collector's item. I think if you love Beauty and the Beast, you need to get this as soon as possible. It is great quality. I can't say enough good things about it. So yeah, that is the review, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want to subscribe, you can. I'll link all of my other social medias down below if you're interested in that too. I would appreciate it, but you don't have to, of course. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Bye!